listening to LOA Recon with the Good Vibe Coach Jeanette Ma, where we dissect the ins and outs and the art and science of conscious creation, all intended to amp up your manifesting game. Let's have some fun together. Hey, thanks for tuning in for another episode of LOA Recon. This episode is brought to you by MBKTL. If you don't know MBKTL, you're not alone. I don't either. But I love the review posted for the podcast. Here's how it goes. I found these through a friend of mine. I absolutely love them. I have referred them to everyone. If I'm feeling out of sorts, her laugh always brightens my day and my vibe lifts just listening to the podcasts. Thank you. You know what? Thanks to you, MBKTL, for brightening my day. That made me smile to read your review, so thanks for that. And what I wanted to cover today were a couple of suggestions for what we can do when it kind of seems like we're in manifesting limbo. You know, when we're feeling maybe a little frustrated or overwhelmed about getting what we want, or when it seems like we're not getting any traction, like we've been wanting this forever and we don't know what else to do. Well, here's what to do. I got 3 tips for you. The first one. Appreciation to the rescue. Just to pause and appreciate what is a wonderful, wonderful place to turn when we've been feeling frustrated about what's not happening. Because appreciation takes the edge off of yearning for what's next. And that not only feels better, but that feeling better makes us a better match for what we want. So we don't want to let the striving for what we want get in the way of what's coming. We want to learn to surf that desire like a pro by just mixing in some good old-fashioned thankfulness and maybe giving some blessings. That'll help the system get back in flow again. In fact, if appreciation is the only thing that you ever practiced from your manifesting toolbox, you'd be golden. That's how powerful it is. When I find myself getting a little wrapped up about what's coming next because it isn't coming fast enough, when I'm in my right LOA mind, sometimes I can be in that routine for a while, but once I recognize that's what I'm doing, that's my cue for a reality check where I look around my life with fresh eyes and just take a tally of all the amazingness that's already here and now. Like, I love my home. I love where I live. I love who I live with. I have the best cats and dogs. I love what I do each day. I love this body that I get to do it in. I love what I'm having for breakfast. I love the book that I get to read tonight. I love that I talked with a girlfriend yesterday. If it isn't easy for you to look around your life and like what you see, that might be your first best homework, actually, to cultivate a stronger sense of appreciation for what has already manifested in your life, because appreciation really is a game changer. Another tip for when it feels like we're in manifesting limbo is to drop a toleration. Just do some basic energy cleanup. You'll improve your vibe just by eliminating whatever energy drainers you have. That will kick things into gear when it feels like you've been stalled out. Because even though it seems like, oh, what are some of the energy drainers look, there are big ones and little ones in our lives, but some of the little ones are easier to deal with. Like, if we've got a vase of flowers that are more on the dead side than the alive side, or if we've got a bunch of fingerprints on our monitor, or that phone call we've been needing to make that we've just never gotten around to. It might seem like those things don't have anything to do with manifesting this desire that you're working on, but if it's affecting your energy, your overall vibration, it has a direct correlation to creating what you want. And we often don't recognize how those little things do take even just a slight energetic toll. So you knock out a couple of those, you'll feel better. You'll feel the energetic boost from it. We've all experienced that before, like how good it feels to get that thing handled that we've been needing to get handled for a while. It's an easy way to clean up the vibration. So however you do it, whether it's by taking some action to remedy it, or whether it's by changing your mind, how you feel about it, however you decide to improve how you're feeling, that's what we're doing here by handling these tolerations or these energy drainers. We're just improving how we feel. When we do that, it puts us in a whole new vibrational neighborhood, which makes us better receivers of whatever it is that we want. I have some go-to things that I do pretty regularly. I like to vacuum or clean out my inbox. That works too. Or run some errand that I haven't gotten around to. Makes me think I got an envelope I got to go drop in the mail. That, for me, it's an easy way to feel better. And feeling better, that's the name of the manifesting game. So that's another easy way to remedy a stall out when it seems like what we want, there's no progress on it. Even though it's not related, do not be fooled. It is all directly related because everything is energy. I wrote a blog post on this one recently. What was the name of it? Ooh, I don't remember the name of it, but it's recent. I've written a couple, actually. That's how, I remember. I said it was something like, this is the first thing that I do with new clients, is I listen for what their energy drainers are. And I'm not listening for the little things. With new clients, I'm listening for the big things, because if we can spot one and make some progress on that, they very often see immediate results in this thing they've been wanting to manifest where nothing's been happening, and then they think I'm magic. But really, it's just that we handled some of those energy drainers that you've been ignoring. Really big magic when we do that. The third thing that I like to do when it seems like nothing's happening is, this might sound surprising, but it's to take a manifesting break. Or, I don't know, you could call it a life break if you like. Just get quiet, let things settle down internally. Abraham is a fan of meditating. I'm not as big a fan, but I get it. Just doing whatever appeals to you. Or not doing what appeals to you, because what appeals to you might be not doing something. It might not be doing something. It might be giving yourself permission to not do anything. It just could be that it's time for some nothing so that something can speak to you. So what I'm suggesting here is just to stop working on the thing that you want. Just give it a break for a while. Make a point of enjoying yourself in whatever ways that strikes your interest. If you're far away from enjoyment, if you're so far away from that you wouldn't even know where to plug in, then maybe a nap. We're just looking for relief. If we're far away from joy, just for relief. So, I don't know, a walk outside, a nap, maybe meditating. Maybe this would be a good time to engage that. Lots of you already do. I'm one of these days really inspired to be one. Maybe a little goofing off might be what a doctor ordered, or just maybe a little not trying at all. Not trying, that sort of stuff. All of this, it can be serious magic, especially when you do it without expectation of the magic. Because if you're still trying to make something happen by doing nothing, you're not really doing nothing. You're just going about it a different way. So be real with yourself. If I've been working on something that isn't coming together nicely, I'll take a break from it by finding something else that I can have an easy success with. Like maybe writing a fun blog post. That doesn't always work, but often it does. Or I just might intend that someone makes me an appealing invite in some form or fashion. Or maybe I'll go make something challenging in the kitchen that I'll enjoy, give myself a treat that I don't usually. If something along those lines, if that success doesn't come easily, then that's my cue to clock out for a while. Like nothing is what makes it to the top of my to-do list if some of those other things don't work. And you know what? All of these three things that I mentioned, the appreciation, dropping a toleration, or taking a manifesting break, what all three of those things have in common, they're just different ways to manage the vibration. So we're not in this perpetual loop of frustration or feeling like nothing's happening, but rather we're paying attention to what we're vibrating, and we find ways to work with that so we become an easier partner for universe to work with. Because as long as I'm in frustration mode or feeling confusion or discouragement, I'm closing the doors to universe so it can't deliver whatever good thing I've been wanting. I'm closing the doors on it. But when I find ways to feel even just a little bit better by looking around in my life and saying, that's right, that's good, I like that, or by finding something that I don't like and getting it handled, or by just taking a break, any of those things can be ways of opening the doors and saying, I'm ready for you now, universe, bring it on. And doing that, it'll likely give you an inspiration. That's your next cue or your next clue on where to stand or what to do next. It'll give you some sort of inspired idea. And following those clues, whatever inspirations come to you, that's all you need to do to manifest your happily ever after. And once you get really good at this routine, you're going to see that you've been there all along already. It really is a beautiful system. Thanks for listening, and happy manifesting.